since Isiah Thomas with the Pistons.
Well, speaking of Isiah Thomas, that brings me to our last topic of the show.
I love this topic.
IT is still waiting for his apology from Michael Jordan. As everyone knows, if you saw The Last Dance or if you didn't, I'll give you a brief synopsis of it. IT believes, and it's pretty much, unanimously believed, that Michael Jordan kept him off the Dream Team. And because of that, he never had the opportunity to play for the Dream Team, win the gold, the whole, shebang. IT was on a recent podcast and said, quote, until he apologizes on international television, not just national, but international television, ain't no conversation. Bill, I feel like I have heard this 100 times. And when I tell you Michael Jordan doesn't care, I strongly believe that somewhere in the world, he's drunk on a golf course somewhere without a care in the world and does not care about the apology that IT is waiting for and he will never get. I
agree. All right, so I'm going to full disclosure here. I am not friends with that many former NBA players. There's a couple. Mm-hmm. Isiah, I would consider Isiah Thomas almost a friend. Like we were in Miami at the same time, and he was kind of banished at FIU, and I was down there covering LeBron. Somebody introduced us, and we hung out. I love Isiah as a guy. I know that he's not a real popular New York Knicks figure with the New York Knicks crowd. Here's my defense of Isiah Thomas. You're not wrong. Jordan couldn't give a bleep. I'm not, I know you already swore. I'm not going to take it to the next level just yet, but I understand where Isiah is coming from because I called him when that documentary came out, it was COVID, right? So we had nothing to do. That documentary was our sports, and I called him the minute it came out. We wrote a story for CBS Sports. He said the right things, but he was clearly hurt. He was clearly upset, and I think he was shocked that. So I think if somebody came after me, disparaged me, injured my career, and then humiliated me personally, whatever, many years later, I would hold a grudge. Can I tell you Isiah Thomas?
Holding a grudge, Bill, is one thing.
I'm okay with grudge holding.
Constantly saying whenever you were asked, if he doesn't apologize to me, there's no conversation.
He got asked, though.
Isaiah,
Draymond asked him.
Isaiah, listen to me. I want you to listen to me very, very closely when I say this. There's never going to be a conversation, my dear. Like you keep saying, if there's no apology, there's no conversation. There's never going to be a conversation.
But he's not begging for an apology.
I need you to let this go for your own growth, for your own peace.
I think he has.
Let it go.
I think it's basically F you, Mike, because I think in that interview with Draymond, he does. I don't think I know. He says some version of, look, if it's what he thinks, then hold on to it. If not, then apologize. But we're not good until then. By the way, I like beef. I really like it. I wish there was more of this, and I got to give Draymond credit for that, although maybe don't physically attack people on the court to create the beef. I like a little beef in the NBA. The story about your parents, right? That's good for the game. You want a little anger, a little animosity.
Yeah, you definitely want a little bit of that. I can't believe our show has come to an end so quickly. I feel like this is the fastest version of this show that we've ever done. It was so much fun. Absolutely love Tuesdays when I get to hang out with my guy, Bill. Aaron, were you not listening? Bill told his story.
I'm going to tell the long version. The next time you and I are doing a show, I'm going to circle back and I'm going to tell the long version of the time Isiah Thomas. Well, he'll get so mad.
Well, listen,
I'll tell my golf story.
So tell your story. Now? That's how we'll close it out. Yeah, tell your story.
All right, Isiah, if you're watching this, I love you, man. But I was in Miami, and I'm not a great golfer, and he brought me to some fancy schmancy famous golf club. I can golf. I can shoot a 90, right? I can shoot maybe an 89. I'm not amazing. I'm okay. Mm-hmm. And he puts me on the golf course, and it's like that Caddyshack scene. You probably haven't seen it, National Young, but all right. I'm in the zone, right, where the guy gets struck by lightning. I mean, I'm hitting the flag, the pin is dropping. I'm putting 30. So we're 30-foot putts in. I think I chipped one in. I'm 1 or 2 under through 5 or 6. Okay. I'm beating Isiah Thomas in golf, and he is getting more and more and more angry and frustrated and put out, and he doesn't love it, and he doesn't think it's great. And I hit a ball. Isiah, I love you, but this is true. I hit a ball. So how some golf courses, there's like houses, right? Off to the right or left.
Yeah.
I hit a ball over to near a fence, and there's kids on the other side of the fence playing in their yard, little kids, and the door's open. But I don't hit the kids. And Isiah comes over with me and goes, ma'am, are your kids okay? Did my friend hit your kids with his golf ball? And I'm like, what? No, I didn't. And this woman comes out, did you hit my kid with your golf ball? And Isiah goes, ma'am, I am so sorry. They're fine. I'm sorry about that. She started screaming at me, and I was so shook. I shanked like 4 shots, and then Isiah thought it was funny, and then he beat me by 10 strokes.
See, that's a perfect example of you winning the battle, but him winning the war.
Those guys are killers, by the way.
Yeah.
Those guys are like all these guys that become Hall of Famers. I know Gary Payton pretty well from an old job. They're nice guys, but do not compete with them, Ash. They will get you.
You know what? You should tell IT that until he apologizes on international television, there's no conversation.